To me.
I'm not. We haven't started. Smile harder. Demon Hunter, smile harder.
You started.
Yeah, welcome everybody to the Arcadia roundtable, where they're smiling really hard and making me quite uncomfortable. Good evening, everybody. We've got a show tonight with some things to talk about. Loads and loads of games, as we always do. But you may notice Luke's not here tonight. He told me he can't make it. Fortunately, we've got someone that's come on to talk to us instead. Before we get to him, though, that stranger on the right, Gamzly, how you doing?
What's up? I'm good. Right now, it is Easter Eve, I think. I don't know times anymore, dates. I don't know what's going on, but we're cooking, we're baking all sorts of goods and sweets, getting ready for the Easter Bunny or whatever the hell that myth is. And yeah, eating chocolate. That's all I got. I've been watching The Last of Us, but more on that later. How are you, Asa?
Good.
Tell me about you.
Do you know what? You don't want to know. So let's just gloss over that and move on. Nah. Because everyone is wondering who that is. Some of you will know exactly who that is on the right. If you're in the Discord, you know who that is. If you play our community games, you know who that is. And if you watch Splitstream, then you know who that is. But if you're just here for the podcast, you're very welcome, by the way. This is Amine, Demon Hunter, Gaming with Passion, Trollelelele, many other names. But we'll go with Amine for today. Amine, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. I've been enjoying some games. I have a long weekend coming, so I would be playing more games, which is good. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Stop showing off with all your time and your games. What prick this guy is. Who invited him?
Yeah, I have a lot of time.
I mean, because some people here won't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about Gaming with Passion and, you know, who you are.
Gaming with Passion. Well, I'm the Demon Hunter, Gaming with Passion. I have a YouTube channel. I post sometimes. I do some live streams. I play all types of games. VR games, single-player games. I love Counter-Strike. Sometimes I stream Counter-Strike, but I stopped because it's too addictive, and I had to stop or I would lose my job. Yeah, that's me.
Right, fair enough. Good. Thank you for coming on and joining us and talking games. Specifically today, the two of these have been playing an awful lot of Rematch. So, well, at least a little bit of Rematch. So we're going to talk about that a bit later in the show. But before we get to that, let's talk about other things that you've been playing, as we always do. Start the show talking about games. Middle of the show is talking about the games. End of the show is talking about the games. Basically, I care about games, so let's just talk about those. Gamzly, what you've been playing?
Before I continue on that, though, you know, it amazes me. It amazes me that you can't get my camera angle in the
compliment
center.
Coming here, Gamzly. Do you know what? Look at yourself on your own camera and tell me that's my fault.
I'm perfect. I am perfectly centered.
Okay. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Now you're kind of central, actually. You've moved a little bit. But that's not perfectly central.
I moved my laptop. Anyways, you know what? There we go. That's good. See that?
Okay, no, that is probably... yeah, okay, I could do better on that. Shut up, Gamzly.
Freaking awful. Anyways, so what have I been playing? I've been playing a lot, man. I want to shout out a game that I rediscovered recently only because they um announced something new coming to the game. It's been in early access for quite some time, and I didn't put it in the what I've been playing section, so it might confuse you a little. But if you look down on the trailers, it's called Abiotic Factor. There's gameplay in the gameplay section of the document. They had a recent update where they explained what their future plans are, and I love this game. It's a survival. It's in a long list of survival games, but what makes it different is that it does have these really intricate designed levels. So it's not just randomized stuff. They handcrafted everything and they hand placed everything. So the loot that you get is the loot that they placed there for you. So it's a very well designed game from the people that brought you Balatro, or the publisher at least. Playstack, I think. They're really good at spotting talent because these guys are amazing. I'm having a blast with the game. It has what I really like about it as well is that it actually has a story built in that is pretty intriguing. So it all takes place underground
Gamzly,
in a science. Yeah.
I want to hear about this. I do. But what the hell is this video that you've given me?
What do you mean?
It's. I'm dying of boredom. What's happened? This isn't the trailer for the game.
What do you mean?
This is someone's playthrough or something like that. This isn't a trailer.
Yeah, it's not a trailer. It's a playthrough. But there's no other. There's no. Just keep it there. It's amazing. Listen, it is amazing. What do you mean? Look at this. It's so fun. Anyways, I'm not gonna justify my pick of the trailer. Okay. No, but
Carry on. Tell me about the game.
Really okay. So it has a narrative. It all takes place underground in a science facility that you're trying to uncover something, which I won't spoil. But like I said, it's just all handcrafted. This from the story to the loot to everything's handcrafted. There's no RNG in this game. You really messed up my whole structure of this, Asa. Thank you for that, for putting me on the side. I think everybody should try this game out. There's a lot of secrets. I can't say much without spoiling the thing. What I do like in its structure is the skill system. It has some RPG elements. It's not as much RPG elements as something like Enshrouded, for example, because Enshrouded, I think, does it the best in these games. But it has a very interesting progression system. So they're split up into jobs and traits. So the jobs will do something positive for you. So as you're spending your starting points, you could put them in like strength or science or whatever, and they give you certain benefits. For example, you actually have mini games to, let's say, take a poop or drink or eat. It's really funny at times. So, for example, you could be like, hold your bladder longer so you don't have to go pee as often, and then the trait downside, because you have to trade points. It's kind of like a positive and you get a negative with it. So the positive effect is you can hold your bladder longer, but you're going to have to, I don't know, you have your legs that could break easier or something like that. It's very much, it doesn't take itself seriously and it's very fun and funny. This game is excellent. I think people should try it. But I've been playing this with my brother. It got reintroduced to me recently, and I had a kick in it. So this is what I've been playing. I'll start with this, and I'll kick it off to you guys. You should play this game.
I know what this is now that I put the actual trailer on. I recognize this, and I think Amine knows what this is because he's spoken to me about this before.
Yeah.
You know this one, don't you, Amine? Tell me about it as well. Have you tried it yet?
I actually played it also this week. I played just a little bit.
Nice.
It's a survival game that seems heavily inspired by Half-Life. Like the beginning, your first day in the job, like that scientist that you saw in that video. That was not a trailer. He looks like the scientist from Half-Life 1. Also, like the textures and all. The head crabs. It has a lot of inspiration from Half-Life 1, and yeah, I'm interested in it. I just started it, so I did not go far. I played this for maybe 1 hour and a half or something like that. I had to do something else.
But you
yeah,
know what I mean
it's a
about
good game.
about the traits and the job system, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. It's like Zomboid. You have like a certain amount of points, and you have to pick. Like you can sacrifice some stuff to get more points in the initial setup of your character. That's that's like Zomboid. Yeah. Are you interested in it, Asa?
No.
Just no.
Why?
I don't know. I am. But when you say it's like a survival game, that immediately makes me go, because survival games I struggle to get into. I didn't see a single picking up of a single berry or stick in there, so actually it might be fine. And the Half-Life inspiration is also good. Everyone's complaining about everything. Pete says that your voice is all wrong, Demon Hunter. You're out of sync. Gamzly, you got wheels on your chair. You need to move into the middle. I just need to slink off my chair and not participate. It is, Radis is telling me it's cop, and actually
that I am out of sync.
It looks the game looks quite interesting, so I might give it a go at some point. Do you know how many people does it support? Is it just 2 or is it 4, or what's the deal?
I actually that's
I think
a really
6.
Yeah,
6?
I've only played it with my brother. It's really good. Like, I'm underselling it because I got lost in my explanation a little bit there of how much stuff you could do in this game. But the main points is that it is very structured. It does have like a thing you have to do, and it's very dense and complicated. One of the coolest features of the game that I find awesome is that it does take place in this scientific lab for most of the game, but how they throw a curveball at you is that you'll find these little portals within the science factory or whatever this bunker is, and it'll transport you into.
No, I'm blocking this bit out of my ears because if it's a curveball, then it might be stuff I don't want to know about.
No, don't worry. There's certain things you can find that could bring you to other areas of the game, and those things will surprise you. And those are a little bit RNG, where you take the transport device and you don't know where you're going to lead up to, and it's quite awesome. And those areas will have materials that you can't get in the lab to progress through whatever you need to progress through. So it does really have a fun spin to it, and there's lots to discover. Again, it's all handcrafted, so I like that.
One question then that I have on it that you might not have reached an answer on yet, but you might. You mentioned that it's telling a story and you're discovering all of these things. Do you think that it's a finite experience? Has it got an end as far as you know? Or is it something that you think your life into?
It has an end.
Okay. Then I'm more interested.
As far as I'm told. But all of these kind of have an end. It's just that, it's ridiculously hard to get to. The one thing before Demon starts is that the one thing I do not like is the map system. Like, the map system is so convoluted because they don't do a good job stacking the layers of this game. It's like it's so dense that there's so many different places that you can go. The map doesn't do a very good job in tracking you and helping you out. If anything, it confuses the hell out of me. I don't know if Demon, you had the same trouble, but it doesn't do very good with traversal in that area.
I did not play enough to talk about that, so no. I just wanted to shout out Saitama because he showed me this game. He was playing it. Yeah, that shout out to Saitama. He is in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to Saitama too, because I'm still playing Tainted Grail. That's another game I've been playing, and he showed me that as well. Like he's got some really good information. So shout out to him and the Discord for always like pumping out these cool games that nobody has any clue of. He also got people addicted to Star Citizen. I can't wait to pick that up as well. Apparently that had like a free weekend or something.
He got me. He got me on that drug, so I will be playing it this weekend.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great, but Asa, do you know about any of these games, Asa? Do you know about Star Citizen? Have you thought about this? Has it gone into your dreams? Has Saitama got to you too?
I'm scared of Star Citizen because, like you say, he's starting a little movement of people in the Discord that are all jumping on it together. I'm typically against playing things in early access if I can help it, because there's a better game coming around the corner if I can wait for the release candidate. But multiplayer games can crack me on that, because you have to play them when other people play it to get the most fun out of it, right? And there's a little movement going on at the moment with a bunch of people, because Chronic's playing it, Tony's playing it, Seisman's playing it, Demon Hunter's all about playing it, Gamzly's pretending he never plays with us, but he's pretending they'll play it. There's loads of people playing Star Citizen, and I'm like, oh, but I don't even understand what I have to buy to play that one. Do I have to buy spaceships? What have you bought, Demon Hunter? You're playing for free at the weekend, you don't count. Have you spent any money on it yet?
Yeah, free weekend. No, I will not spend money. And they will give me 6 legendary ships to try for this free weekend. So,
but that's like, that's
I will not buy stuff.
See if you want to buy stuff. Gamzly, have you spent money on Star Citizen?
No.
Absolutely not. No, well, not yet. Oh, that was rude. No, I didn't want to sound so aggressive, but no, I have not. I've been looking at it for a very, very long time. I have no problem supporting fan crowded or crowdfunded games, but this one kind of scares me off. But Chronic got me interested, and Saitama got me interested. So I guess I'm gonna spend money very soon on it. It looks cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been seeing people play it.
It sounds so good and so intimidating at the same time, because I hear people. Chronic apparently suffocated himself by putting his helmet on incorrectly in that game. You have to take your helmet off if you want to drink, and you consider that level of like interactivity and depth to the simulation, and then you apply that to all of the things that you can do in it in terms of crafting and mining and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, but is it fun? I don't want to spend 3 hours trying to extract rock. So
listen. That stuff is really fun, and you know what else is fun? Mini games for taking a poop, and that is also in the game we just talked about. You should do that. You should figure it out. And that game's out, early access. You could buy it. Poop Simulator 101. No,
you convinced me. Yeah, no.
Also,
what's the podcast? I'm pre-ordering now.
Abiotic Factor will be on PS Plus, from what I know. They showed it in the latest state of play, so it will be in PS Plus.
Oh, that is super cool. See, I didn't know that. I should pay attention to PS Plus more. I guess I'm just too big of a Xbox fanboy to check the other side out.
It's not out yet, so.
But that subscription service is like really gaining some steam. I'll check it out more because I'm a big fan.
What? You can get Steam on PlayStation Plus.
You could get Steam by swiveling your chair out of here. Right? Anyway, what have you been playing, Asa?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? So last week I was playing the first original Final Fantasy, right? And I said it was a bit rubbish. Because it was a bit rubbish to begin with, but I loved how brisk and stuff that it was, like how light touch every interaction was. And over time, the more I played it, the more I actually started to enjoy it, because it pulls me back to a different era in a way that I didn't expect. And obviously, like, it's a game from a freaking long time ago, so of course it's going to pull me back to a different era, but it's a game that I didn't play a long time ago. But just the overall structure of that game as I go through it suddenly just started feeling really, really familiar in the way that games used to be laid out, in that they have like, get the thing to unlock the thing to unlock the thing to unlock the thing in a big sequence of events that games just always used to be designed around. They still are to some extent, but you go to an old game and it's just I don't know, it's so in your face, and really, like, it's not even a strength in design. Like, it's a little bit cheesy, but it just felt nice to go back to simplicity in a way. And to just do a little bit of grinding. There's so much wrong with that game. It's weird to play a game that's like 100 years old and get the feeling that it's not anywhere near finished.
Yes.
And it's so strange, because, like, I'm playing this game and you get, unlike modern Final Fantasies, it's not character driven whatsoever. Like, the start of it, you get to pick like 4 out of the 6 available classes and you choose your own names for them, and they don't say a word for the entire thing. It's not character driven. It's just like a different kind of game. But one of the available classes is a warrior, and then there's 5 other ones. And the itemization in the game, like 98% of the loot that you find is specifically for the warrior class. And everyone else is just fighting for scraps, hoping that you get a bit of common clothing. And it's like, you haven't finished the items here, have you? This game is 100 years old. And I love the remaster, but you could have gone back and given the wizard a staff or something. There's like, it's so strange.
Yeah, but you said simple. It's so not simple. What do you mean simple? Like, trying to get around in that freaking game is like holding up a backwards compass. It's like, it's super hard to get around in that game.
It's simple in that actually, like, even though you've got like an overworld as such, it is actually small in real terms. You never have to go far to get anywhere, and you have a handful of locations available at any given time, and there's just a set order that you need to go in them to piece together to unlock. It all slides into place. Like, oh, you need the stone from there to go over there, and you need to talk to that guy to go over there, and it all just falls into place as you go, very like intuitively. Mostly intuitively. There are a couple of things that are like, what the I got through the whole thing only having to check for directions once. I did have to check for directions once.
Have you been going through the entire, you know what your problem is then? You probably
didn't have a problem, Gamzly. I had a nice time.
Well, you had a problem with the warrior gear, okay? So let me tell you.
No, I had a problem with every other class's lack of gear. It was just a bit weird.
Well, that's the problem, right? Because I think what happened to me as well the first time was that I didn't like the enemy encounters were just so abundant that I got sick and tired at some point. Yeah. So where they started to put in really good gear on the side missions and in the side paths in the dungeons, I just didn't find. But the second time around, those like exploring the entirety of a dungeon, which they could be very big sometimes, I did find very good gear for everybody else. Did you do all the dungeons?
I did I didn't get the achievement for every treasure chest, but I must have got very near to every treasure chest, because in the Pixel remake you can just turn off the battles. I would have blown my brains out trying to do every treasure chest without being able to turn off the battles, because they are like every 5 seconds or something, and you'd look and go, I know there's something in that room there, but I am not going that way with the way that the battles fall. But you can just flick them off and have a look if you want to on the Pixel remaster, which I didn't think I would do going into it, but actually it is incessant, the pacing of the battles, so I did turn them off every now and again. I didn't use any of the boosting, like the cheat features, the 4 times experience and all that kind of stuff, because the game is actually relatively easy until right at the end. But
oh my god, the I'm not going to spoil. Anyways, the big bosses sometimes murder your face if you're not ready for them. I do also know what other things you guys have been playing, and it's in the community nights, and it's one of the best games of all time. And if you look at the document, I sent a little clip that you should click on.
Hell no! If this is me, then I'm not doing it. I was awful. Let me have a look.
Do it. Do it.
Sake.
Don't.
I bet you haven't even got the worst of it either.
I pretty much did.
No, there was a lot bad.
Both of you have been playing it. Both of you have been playing it, and I caught both of your stellar gameplay on this one clip, and it's called Worms. How fun was community night playing Worms?
It was terrible. Good shot, me.
Wait, look at this, Saitama. What do you?
that was
Demon. What do you think about this, Demon? What do you think about this right here?
Oh, come on now.
It was so slow.
Were you having fun on Worms? How did you like it? Oh, Asa, look at this. Wait.
Yeah. Look, it's lined up perfectly.
You're
I was robbed.
Well,
I was robbed.
Wait, you're about to get him. You're gonna show him really good here. Look at this. Wow. Did you have fun?
But to be fair, Asa is really good at using the wind and all.
I wasn't. I was awful.
He did take some good shots.
Did he? Because I watched all 4 hours of that. Not a single good shot.
Yeah, so we did play Worms. You're right. We did.
There you go. What do you actually?
Do you know? So I used to play. I used to play Worms on the Sega Saturn a long time ago. And it can be frustratingly slow. And it can be really boring if people try and win. But when you just if you strip all of that away, because it just doesn't particularly work as a competitive game, but if you just relax and take some fun shots with the bazookas and stuff, then it's a cool game. But I was awful.
They had. I'm in love with the series, and I know that you can choose. You chose not to play. So for people that don't know, Worms, it's from Team 17. And it's this multiplayer or this co-op game that you play these little worms with army equipment, and you just try to blow each other up on a 2D map. I love this game so much, and it doesn't take itself seriously. See, I've lost the freaking plot. My God, Asa, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Okay, Worms is one of my favorite games of all time, and when it came out, me and my brothers and I all have funny stories about this game. And it inspired a game that I remember as I was watching this. You were talking about cool trick shots. You could turn on and off some items because some items could be used in a very I don't know. It's almost like a cheat code. You were turning off jetpacks and you were turning off ninja ropes, and those, if a skilled player gets their hands on, or a non-skilled player gets their hands on, it could really turn the tide of the battle. But if you like skill-based stuff like this, there's one called Inbound, and I didn't have a clip for it. But Inbound was inspired by Worms, but it made you make these little vehicles. Instead of worms, you play these vehicles, and it's all about skill shots. And there's actual measured and wind distance and all that stuff involved, kind of like Worms, but it gives you an accurate distance estimator and drop-off point where you can actually calculate in real time the curve of a bullet or whatever to hit your enemy. And it was really awesome, and I hope I could find a clip of this game because it used to be amazing. It was called Inbound. Whoever likes Worms would know what Inbound is if you were a big fan of that. Do you know what Inbound is, Asa?
YouTube doesn't seem to know what Inbound is because it's just given me a clip of a Roblox something or other.
It was so old. Inbound. Let's see if I can find it. Go ahead.
So I used to play, like I say, I played Worms on the Saturn, which was turn-based, but there was Death Tank was the real-time equivalent that I used to insist people play instead because it was just chaotic. It was like Worms, but everybody is moving at the same time. Pete plays a lot of Shell Shock Live, which is basically Death Tank through a browser. So there are other things around that are worth having a go at. The thing that I really struggled with, the only thing, Worms is so similar to when I played it. I used to play it, like I say, on the Sega Saturn, like couch co-op. People would come into my actual house and would pass the controller around and play the game. And it was exactly the same with the same cheese, except they've expanded to have like more weapons if you want them. There's more in there than there used to be, but the game is broadly the same, except that the bazooka doesn't. The trajectory of how fast and how far it can fly is a bit different. So I was really struggling. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. Screw you. I don't know. That's almost good. Demon Hunter, did you enjoy anything about Worms, or were you having a terrible time?
It was more boring than I remember it. So that's
Wow.
the thing.
But to be fair though, like when you have 6 people playing it, and this is not a complaint, it's great that we had people turn up to play, but when you have 6 people playing it, especially if you're me and your turn consists of just jumping off a cliff by accident, then you sit for like 5 minutes and then play for 10 seconds. So it's just like, that's not necessarily indicative of Worms being a good or a bad game. It's just that it is quite slow.
Yeah, they have a battle royale version.
Worms Rumble,
right?
yeah, which flopped terribly and is available for about £1 everywhere.
Yeah.
If you wanted to give it a go.
It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because it's really fun. But
Worms Rumble is fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
I think with AI, maybe Worms against AI is better because they take their turn fast. So
they do. It's not so Worms against AI back in the day and today is just it's different. You can totally cheese the AI because if they don't have a clear line of fire, then they'll take the shot anyway through the rocks. Like they're dumb. The AI is dumb, and that's good because if they were good, then it would just be impossible. But no, it's definitely better against other people.
Yeah, 100%. If that is all on Worms, and I sorry I brought that up. I just needed to. I just needed you to look at the
humiliate myself. Yeah, thanks, Gamzly.
Yeah, no, because last episode you were saying how good you are at games, so I just needed to like refresh everybody's memory.
Yeah. You know, that's fair. I will take that on the chin and accept it. But also, you definitely didn't get the worst of the things that happened on Worms. That was like a highlight for me. That was like, oh, it almost hit someone. That's a win.
When
I'll take that. That was a friggin' disastrous evening.
When I heard Demon was coming on the stream, I was like, this is so perfect because you guys went back to back. It was just back to back flops. Anyways, so I just put that in to be funny. But the next game I want to talk about just a little bit and hopefully more effectively because I've been freaking all around old scattered brain today, is RuneScape Dragon Wilds. Have you heard about this?
I have heard very little about it.
Me too.
Do you play? So before you get into Dragonscape, because I know vaguely it's not like an expansion pack for RuneScape, is it? It is something new. It's like a survival game or something. But are you a RuneScape player? I used to.
My brothers were RuneScape players. Like they were big RuneScape players. That's why they kind of transformed me into other games like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. So they're like really hardcore RuneScape people. I got into it, but not at all like the hardcore RuneScape fans got into it. They go hard for this game if you've noticed. Yeah. So I do know some of the lore, and a lot of the lore transfers into this game. So you'll find like journals and lore books and even 1 or 2 mysterious characters that might pop up and talk to you. But yeah, it's just RuneScape skinned survival games. A survival game. They limit it to 4 people that I know of per server. But they actually have like in-depth dungeons that are really fun. I got to a dragon fight that I thought was really cool and fun. There's just so much nostalgia also in a lot of the enemy designs and enemies that show up. It's intuitive. It's really intuitive. I mean, the AI is clean. UI, sorry, is clean. It's much cleaner than most games I could give in early access. Like I give that credit. It runs really well. I don't know. It's just super well paced at the moment. The what I really like about it is that in a lot of survival games, like it's here's your pickaxe, here's your axe, go, cut down wood and make your things. But this has a magic spin to it. So as you improve on your magic abilities, they give you at a certain threshold, it'll give you like an ability that you could use, as you could see in the trailer, that you could use against the environment for quicker access to the ore or trees that you use it on. So there's like a magic axe that you could like throw through like 15 trees if you aim it properly. And there's also like spells that could be used on enemies, as well as trees on the ground or rocks on the ground that could like smash them quicker for you, and you could gather things much more quick. So the quality of life in this game seems to be really stellar for a survival game as they go. There's a lot of buzz to it. I mean, it's getting a lot of streamer attention in good ways. Yeah, it's just really, really fun. Everything about it is made to grab you, from the colors to the impact to the sound. It's pretty awesome. And it snaps, like the building system to build houses, like it snaps really quickly. You won't be like fumbling around building a wall or building your house. It has a remembering system that you could kind of, if you build one house, you could remember it and then do a spell to build the entire house again somewhere else. So you don't have to do it by hand. Not much survival games that I know of do that, where if you build an entire building, you kind of remember it as a blueprint and put it into the world if you have the materials. Yeah, it just seems well put together. So I've been playing that too.
When you say that that's taken the art style and stuff from RuneScape, RuneScape's obviously got a massive legacy and multiple games and revisits to different time periods and all the rest of it going on. Is there a version of RuneScape, the MMO, that looks like that?
When you say, well,
like
it's
a 3D
old.
No, but RuneScape used to be like isometric, drawn, play in a browser.
I don't, all I remember is like the remastered one, right, that came into, I guess, iOS and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about when I say my version of RuneScape is like that. Here, I'll show you. I should have had this.
My version of RuneScape is a fever dream because I've never played it. I didn't think it looked like that.
So first, there's a mobile version that's like really gimpy, really like old. Oh my god, I can't copy paste this.
The one that I remember does not have a lot of polygons.
Yeah, no. Art style. When I say art style, is like it's just like the kind of same color palette, and like you'll get the enemies that you would find, like goblins are drawn and pixelized a certain way, and then if you just upscale that, you'd imagine it would look exactly like this game would look. That's what I mean, is that if you just upscale what RuneScape used to be and shift it around a little bit, it does have the soul of it a little bit. You could kind of see the goblins are iconic, and the goblins in this game, like if you see in the trailer, I don't know if they kill a goblin, but they're like really identifiable. But yeah, just to me, I can't find RuneScape trailer at the moment. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there you go. So I've been playing that. It's been a lot of fun.
You know what I did after I finished Final Fantasy?
You what?
Do you know what I did after I finished Final Fantasy? Like the next game that I moved on to from the list?
Nothing.
Wrong. I downloaded Final Fantasy 2, which is like logical follow-up to Final Fantasy, play the next Final Fantasy, but I thought I'd have a break from Final Fantasy and play Chrono Trigger, because I've never played that before. So I'm blasting through Chrono Trigger at the moment. Oh, indeed. Fuck all of these new games. Fuck this massive like backlog of fresh stuff that I haven't got to yet. Let's go back to what I should have played when I was a kid. So yeah, going through Chrono Trigger, and that's a lot of fun too. Like that's
how are you liking the differences? Like, do you notice it?
The difference between what and what?
Well, the stuff you've been playing. Like, have you seen the leap? From Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, This one is surprisingly... I don't know when Final Fantasy came out relative to this one, actually, in terms of, like, mechanically, this is a lot more palatable than Final Fantasy. I would say it's held up a lot better because things like not having random battles every now and again on timer are a lot better. It's weird because when you launch it, it fires up this trailer that is like, oh my goodness, this is like a Dragon Ball side story. When they go trailers, and you get a couple of them like as you play the game as well. I'm enjoying it, to be honest. I'm having a good time. I'm going to play loads of old games and loads of new games and all of the games all at once.
I believe that Final Fantasy was the first one, I think, was 87, and Chrono Trigger was 95. So they came out relatively. Yeah. So there you go. That's why Chrono Trigger, stands up a little bit better. But Chrono Trigger to me was amazing. I wouldn't say it's as amazing as everybody says, but again, I'm probably biased because I'm a Final Fantasy fan. But we could play them all.
I don't imagine, and I'm not asking as a question because I don't want to know, but I can't see this one killing any of my characters because it's very light, right? So when you look at games that I've really enjoyed, I generally I'm most satisfied if a game is like devastatingly sad. Otherwise it's nothing. So this one's not going to be devastatingly sad, so it's not going to live on in my memory. I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't believe they killed those characters, because they're probably not going to. It's quite light-hearted and friendly, but I am enjoying it a lot. Yeah.
How about you, Demon? I know you're not like a huge fan of RPGs, are you? Have you? No, you haven't got into Chrono Trigger, huh? or Final Fantasy, as we know.
Not Chrono Trigger, not Final Fantasy. I never played them. Tried a little bit of the 7 remake, and I was like, "This is cool. Okay, I'll never play it again." And that's all. That's all. Yeah, I don't care about these RPGs, especially turn-based. I tried a little bit of Persona as well, and I just
didn't do it for you.
Got turned off by no. Yeah, I don't like the not having voice actors, so that's the problem.
I get it, like the little Zelda.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I played a bit more of Persona Tactics. I like the dialogue. Like, I like how the characters talk. It's like a cartoon. They talk. I don't know how to describe it. I like how they talk, but it just they don't have voice actors. That's my main problem.
No, I get
Good thing you are the age that you are. You would have really struggled with the games that we grew up with.
Yep. Yeah, even I struggled, to be honest. I only found like great satisfaction in JRPGs once I understood what the hell was going on and I could actually enjoy what they were saying. But yeah, I guess you could grow into JRPGs. I think there's time for you, Demon. I think Final Fantasy 16. Have you given Final Fantasy 16 a shot?
No, not yet. I will try it.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, that's like designed by the DMC developer. So
to get him in, you got to pretend things are other things. You know, try Final Fantasy 16. It's good. It might get you into the Final Fantasy world. Who knows? Okay, you don't like that, but you like VR. Have you been playing VR this week? Before we talk about, I believe, Rematch, I think we both played, and other news titles like Star Wars and stuff. Have you played VR?
Yeah, I played and finished Batman Arkham Shadows. Well, that was last Sunday, I think. Yeah, it was one of the best games I played last year because I stopped playing it just because I stopped VR for a bit, but it was really good. It has the same mechanics as Batman Arkham Asylum. Yeah, Arkham Asylum. It has the same mechanics. You can jump on top of enemies to like distract them and hit them from the back. Some enemies are stronger, so you need to find a way to stun them and then hit them. Like you can stun them with your cape, so you have to grab your cape like this and do the motion of grabbing your cape and stun
it sounds
I mean,
stealthy.
you're such a convincing Batman. Do it again. It's like watching the movies.
And yeah, you have the gadgets. No, stop. You have the gadgets like on your chest. You have the
do the voice. Do the
voice.
voice.
Batarang.
You have to catch it on your chest, huh?
I'm Batman.
Anyways,
I don't know what to do about it.
For audio listeners, this is a terrible reenactment of Batman. But anyways, it doesn't sound like Asa likes this game, right? There's a lot of stealth.
I've not started it. I love it.
There is stealth. It's similar to the Arkham Asylum, so you can go on top of those like statues that are in walls. Yeah, you can get on top of them, like you can hang from them and grab an enemy and take them down. You can go in ventilation system and all of that. You have like behind the wall vision. You can see people. If they have guns, you cannot attack them directly, so you have to get creative with your stealth. You have a smoke bomb. You have a lot of gadgets. There are some electrical punch thing that you can do. There's like a gel that explodes that you can break walls with. Certain walls, not all walls. You can also use it in combat. Yeah, you have like your Batarang. You can use it to distract enemies. So you send it, and once you send it, like you can activate a noise that distracts enemies. The stealth is a bit wonky. Every time you take down an enemy, they come straight to that person and see what happened to him. Like they know that he got taken down. I know that Arkham Asylum had something with the heartbeat. Like you have an enemy that can make sure that all the heartbeats are like all the enemies are alive. And if someone goes down, he knows that someone did go down. That applies always to this game. So they always know that someone was taken down, which is bad, I feel like.
Yeah. I guess balancing on stealth is always a hard thing in those games, especially if it's like VR environments. Asa, what do you think about Batman Arkham, whatever the hell?
I have that. I really need to play it. I haven't got around to it. I liked the Batman Arkham games in pancake mode, despite them having some stealth in. They're not my favourites, but I like them well enough. And it's rare that you get a high budget VR game, because obviously there's not enough VR players to justify that kind of cost unless a corporate entity like Facebook decides they're going to invest in it. That game is very much heavily invested in a high budget game in a VR environment, so it's a travesty that I haven't played it yet. But I can't help but want to play Skyrim more. I like my PC VR more than I like my standalone VR, and Skyrim is calling to me at the moment. If I explained my experience with my modded version last week, and I've not got around to fixing it yet because I haven't. So yeah, I like it's quite high on my list. I haven't played Asgard's Wrath 2 either, so all of the kind of big standalone games I've not put the time into yet.
God. Whoa. Those are all amazing.
Asgard's Wrath 2.
How dare you?
It's long though. Notoriously long. Like it's like 50, 100 hours or something of gameplay in there, which is a lot for VR. I don't need a lot for VR. Just need to wear it for a few hours and have an exciting time.
Is that like a is it legit? And is that like MMO-ish, or is it just a large RPG?
I didn't get out of the tutorial section. I think it does have other players running around when you do, but I haven't got that far. So I don't think it's a proper like it's not like a live service MMO. You won't get content delivered to keep you playing it forever.
I heard that AC is also good in VR.
No, you heard wrong.
Have you tried that?
I did try that. Yeah, it's like it's okay if you're a massive Assassin's Creed fan. Then that game is gonna hit you with the characters that you're familiar with, and you'll have a nice time. But if you strip that away from it and just take it as a game, the combat's pretty poor, and that takes a lot away from it. So it's one for Assassin's Creed fans rather than one for people like me. But there's a strange conversation about hardcore fish playing Final Fantasy and getting machine guns going on in chat at the moment. But I'm glad.
I know.
I'm glad.
Just saw this. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Tell me about Rematch. Let's do that. Because Rematch, for those that don't know, is it's looking like it's going to have a really big launch when it comes about, because it's got a lot of like quiet attention. There's very little speak of it on social media. There's very little kind of like hype circles around it, and yet it's got a lot of people playing it on Steam. It's one of those ones where you can see the popularity brewing before the media picks up on it. It's been invite only beta at the moment. Gamzly and Demon Hunter have both had a crack at it. When it launches, it will be dropping in Game Pass and whatever else, I don't know. But it's looking like it's going to make a fair splash when it comes out. I've never played it. I saw the initial trailers for it and thought, well, that's never going to be as good as Rocket League. But you two have been playing it. You've been enjoying it. Gamzly.
Yeah.
Tell me about your time with it.
I'm gonna actually pass it to Demon because I wanna know what he's got before I like ramble for 5 hours about this game. Go ahead, Demon. What do you think about it?
Okay. So yeah, the beta, I got access to it yesterday. I played it for 6.5 hours so far, mostly today. So I've been playing it nonstop today. It's so good. It's really good. It's not as so the skill ceiling is not as big as Rocket League, because Rocket League is more physics based, and but this is fun. Like, it has simple skills that you can do with dribbling and all. They're simple, but you can do a lot with them. Like, you can hit the ball off the wall. You can do some dribbling skills like this you see in the trailer. You can like lob it on top of a player. They are easy to do. Like, you just press, you hold one button and you press a direction and press another button, like Sifu a little bit. Like, when you press left and that certain button, you put your hand
Seafood is disgusting. No one should eat it.
Not seafood.
What?
Seafood is actually really good. So when I first saw this and I saw that the seafood developers are making it, I was like expecting a lot of dribbling, a lot of moves, but this doesn't have it. It's not FIFA Street, but it's still good. Like, it's simple, but you can do a lot, which is a good esports game. Like, easy to get into, hard to master. Like, passing the ball is very difficult because you have to aim where you like your left joystick, the one where you move. You have to use it to aim where to pass, and it doesn't do stuff for you like FIFA. So it doesn't pass automatically to the nearest player or where you're looking or something like that. You have to use your aim, so your right joystick, to aim where you shoot. And you can also curve the ball as you're shooting. You can curve the ball by the left joystick. I played it with the mouse and keyboard, so
You disgust
it
me.
was perfect for
God.
mouse and keyboard.
Oh my God.
Yes, I did that
I hate you.
because you can aim better. You can aim
hate
better with the mouse. Let's just get that out of the way. You can aim better with the mouse, and I
Not a
scored lots
shooter.
of goals.
Jesus Christ.
It's not a shooter, but you have to aim where you're shooting. You have to aim where you're passing.
Put the
It's
sensitivity
really, really hard.
up on the stick.
It-
Oh my God.
I thought the sensitivity of it was already too much. Also, it's a 4v4 or 5v5, and in custom games, you can choose whatever you want. The match is only 6 minutes. Overtime is unlimited. You can limit it in custom games, of course. The time also, you can increase it to be 20 minutes. What else?
What happens with the goalkeeper?
Ranked mode.
Is a player playing as the goalkeeper?
Oh, yeah, the goalkeeper. So anybody can play a goalkeeper as long as one. So when someone gets out from the goalkeeper area and someone gets in, you switch the goalkeeper role. That's what happens.
Just like Rocket
It's
League.
really, yeah, it's really satisfying as a goalkeeper. It's really good as a goalkeeper. You get a lot of satisfaction. Some people are assholes and dicks, and they don't want to play goalkeepers. Like it swaps who is the default goalkeeper every time someone scores. So they just go out and they start running. But most of the time, whoever is the goalkeeper, he will stay goalkeeper. So
yeah, it's like you have a unwritten pact, you know? Whoever wants to play goalkeeper usually like run to the net all the time, and then you like kind of swap out, and you have to hope that your teammates are okay and you actually have a goalkeeper that likes to play goalkeeper. Easy to swap.
Tom is making fun of me, the goalkeeper area. I don't know what is it called, the 16 or 18.
That's fine.
I don't know how what is it called.
So, like, it's interesting to me because I love Rocket League as a multiplayer game. I'm not good at it, and I'm not even as good as I used to be at it, and I was never good at it.
We know.
But,
we know.
But I'm better than Gamzly at it, which is the important thing. So I do enjoy Rocket League.
Only because you have an extra 3 fingers on each hand. Anyway.
Yeah, it still works for me. I'll take it. So this game sits in a nice place because football games used to be fun. Like they used to be fun a long time ago. You play, I'd say FIFA 95 was the last one that was fun, and you had the Pro Evos and all the rest of it, and various other ones, Sega Worldwide Soccer, and the one that Dodge always goes on about, which the Konami one, I've forgotten the name of it, that he loves.
Pro Evos.
No, he likes like a 1994 one or whatever. Anyway, loads and loads of games. There was a Super Nintendo one that's really popular as well, and Kickoff and all of these kind of things. And they were good because you'd pick up a controller and have a fun game. And the way that FIFA has taken the, or FC, whatever you want to call it, has taken football games and sports games in general, Madden's the same and all the rest of it, is they've pursued relentlessly football presentation to make the game as close as possible to watching a football match on TV. And they've done a phenomenal job at doing that. Like there's a massive amount of talent that's gone into it. Because if you look at a game of FIFA from like 10 meters away, you could think that there's a football match on and someone's watching a football match on their TV. Like the presentation is brilliant, but it is not a fun game anymore to me. So much is done for you. So much of it is like simulating how players move in a way that makes them feel unresponsive in your hands. The pursuit of realism over the pursuit of fun has been a devastating loss for me in terms of football, in terms of how fun they are to play, because they are not fun to play anymore. So you get something like this that comes along that's like, it's colourful, it's 5 against 5, it's immediately telling you it's not trying for realism, it's trying for fun again. And Demon Hunter's just said there that like you get free aim when you're passing and things rather than it selecting for you. It instantly sounds more fun. It doesn't sound as good as Rocket League, but it instantly sounds like they're aiming for making a fun game rather than for making something look like you're watching football on TV. So I'm intrigued. Gamzly, you've had a little crack at it.
Yeah.
How have you found it so far?
Yeah, so Demon Hunter said it, this isn't FIFA. This isn't, there's the street games, which is like 4-on-4, 5-on-5, in multiple games like street basketball and soccer. There has been those arcadey-ish type games before. This to me is the most this one has the most potential only because it's a little bit more skill involved. I don't know if you said skill, like you don't need, it's not as skill based. It's so skill, like the aiming by itself is just so hard at times. And you also have like a little stamina, which puts layers to it. So you have to have stamina to kick the ball farther, So if you're running and you use your stamina to sprint after somebody or sprint for the ball, you won't be able to get as powerful as a shot, let's say, or a charge shot or a charge pass, if you don't have the stamina, right? So you'll just do this like little dinky pass that might not go not as far as you want it to go, So there's a lot of layers to this game that just makes it so interesting to me. Just on the sheer like control you have over the ball, and it's not as sticky at all as FIFA. Like FIFA is super sticky. The ball goes like, I don't know, 5 miles away from you, and somehow your guy has the ball on his feet. Is it easier to do tricks in FIFA? Do you have more control over the ball in FIFA? I think so, but only because it's not very accurate, right? It's like your player is just God, and he has all the breath in the world to do these flips and tricks, and it's much harder to pull off the tricks in this game than it is in a FIFA game. In my opinion, maybe that's completely wrong, but in my opinion, it's really hard to do like a rainbow over somebody in this game than in the FIFA games, because you actually have to chase the ball. Once that ball is off your foot in this game, if the person in front of you that's playing defense has enough stamina to do a big jump block, he'll just completely demolish your character and take the ball and run with it. There is no calling for tripping and stuff like that, as far as I know. Like you just dive tackle people or like bulldoze them with your overhead like header. If you have the stamina and you have the timing, the ball goes where you want it to, and it's super satisfying. This game has so much potential, Asa. I haven't been this excited for a game like this in a very long time in the sports game area. I think this has a potential to have a huge tail end, just like Rocket League, to be honest. I don't know if it's going to be as big or it's going to catch as many people, but judging by the sheer amount of soccer fans out there or football fans out there, if you're in the wherever parts of the world, this has a ton of potential. I'm super excited. I'm hyped, man. It was pure joy, like start to finish, learning the game, learning when to sprint, learning when to take the big shot, learning how to pass. It was all just really funny to even see people realizing that this isn't FIFA. Like passes going nowhere in like passes going not where you think it's gonna go, like sometimes you could see a player like he's running and he has a guy wide open, it's a 2-on-1 against the goalie, and you see him pass and it goes absolutely the wrong way, and you're like, oh, that guy has no, like he's new at this, he thinks this is FIFA. Like it's not FIFA at all, and it takes some getting used to, because you have to aim your shots, like Demon Hunter said. Yeah, it's truly fun. I can't wait.
Tell me how it handles crunching tackles through the kneecaps.
How it handles a crunching
generally,
tackle?
because I'm imagining, just like based on the style of the game, you're not going to get free kicks and a referee blowing up to stop the game, right? Like how does it handle player on player devastating contact?
You just get smashed and the ball goes away. That's it.
Yeah, they fall and then they like stand up. It's like you slow them down for a few seconds. And if they don't have the ball, you cannot tackle them. Like when you tackle, you're not doing anything.
That is the worst thing that I've heard so far, because that suddenly like that feels less free at that point. Everything else that you said is like when you can pass it in whatever direction you want. It all sounded like you've got, like Rocket League, basically control of everything that's happening. But when you say that you cannot tackle someone that hasn't got the ball, now you're sounding more like you don't have that ultimate control.
Actually didn't.
Like
I didn't even actually try to tackle somebody without the ball. I don't even.
I would do that straight away. I'd be like, that guy's not.
I don't
like you over
savage.
there. Smash.
I never thought of that about that because I'm not crazy. But that's a good question. I want to try it now. I'm gonna go try it and update you on that. Demon, have you tried to crunch somebody without the ball yet? Does it work?
Yeah, like accidentally, like
okay,
not
so it just slows them down.
Like when there is like a lot of people on the ball in one area, like I tried and there is nothing happens. Like nothing happens.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, Asa, come on, man. Come on, man.
I want to hurt people, Gamzly, always.
You could hurt people, Asa. Just do it fairly-ish. It has to have some sort of rules because it doesn't have rules at all, right? Like the bouncing off the wall thing is very house league kind of indoor soccer. Like it has a really fun angle to it. Like I've seen some crazy plays happen off the walls, and I'm really excited for this game, man.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Yeah. There are some rules, but not. They just say on the corner a rule. One of them is in normal matchmaking, if you score 4 goals without the enemy team scoring, you win. That's one of them. You can customize it in the custom games. There's like
no, Pete, there's not bloody offside. How would that work?
There is no offside. Yeah, there is no offside.
5-a-side. It's fine.
There's no offside. Yeah. They have a battle pass. Right now it's like empty. It doesn't have much. You can customize your character. So you customize it, you make it whatever you want. You make you choose your hair, your skin color, your shirt. So you can be different shirt than the others. Not the color. I don't understand how the color thing works of the shirts. I think what you see is not what your friends see. Maybe.
I haven't been playing around with that. Yeah, I have.
They let you always pick.
There's home jerseys and away jerseys. So if you pick you have to pick certain colors for certain things. So if you have like a blue jersey and you want it for your away side, it'll only like show that jersey for the away game. And if you have home jerseys, it'll show you whatever you selected as a home jersey will be a home jersey. I think there was a confusion with that because me too, I was confused. I was like, well, I picked this jersey. Why am I coming out in a white one? But it's because I was not at home. I was away.
That's something Rocket League does fairly well in that it's like blue against red, but the blue covers a gamut from blue to green with some purples in between, and the reds will be like warm colors, red, yellow, orange, and you get quite a bit of choice within the scope of the teams. So presumably, like they must be aware of what Rocket League does, so they'll do something similar, right?
Yeah, it has like arenas like Rocket League. Like there is a background that's you are in this glass box, and there is a background like a desert background, or a stadium background, or a jungle background. That's what they have right now, but there are other backgrounds that you choose with your jersey, which I don't know how it works. I'm not sure how it works. Yeah.
I reckon, so I want to play this. I think it sounds like it's going to be fun. We'll definitely do it on some community nights. I don't think it can be as pure as Rocket League is, if that makes sense. Rocket League works so well because it is all physics-based.
Is
like unlimited in the depth to it, from simplicity to the skill ceiling. So This one I don't think can possibly match it, but if it's fun to play, like it can smash sports games out and give us something to do, I'm looking forward to it. We just got a thing come through that I want to pick up, but I can't because I dropped the mouse. All right, it says it's just James with a super chat. Thank you, James. What do you guys think about the Oblivion remaster? Are you going to play it? Gamzly, it's football, not soccer. Liverpool for the title. So there's quite a lot to unpack there, James. We'll go through it in reverse order. Liverpool for the title. Have at it, I guess. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but you know, if it makes you happy, I'm happy for you. It is football, not soccer. You're absolutely right on that one. So Gamzly apologizes profusely. The Oblivion remaster. No, Gamzly, you've already. That's it. That covers it. You're sorry.
I'm sorry.
He's
Is
sorry.
it soccer? Is it soccer? Soccer? Soccer. Soccer? 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 It's soccer.
Football. The Oblivion remaster. So we know it's coming. Virtuous are making it. Screenshots will leak from their website. It goes beyond rumor into pretty well established. This is coming soon. Are you going to play it, Gamzly?
Oh, it's so... James, thank you for that, because that was like the next thing we were going to talk about. So nice segue for us. Oblivion Remaster gets me super hyped. I think it's really... I think it looks great. Like the photos that we got of the supposed photos of this game that's coming out maybe in the coming month. It looks incredible. It does have like this brown to it, you know, that a lot of people are pointing out, especially in our Discord, people that love like visuals and all that stuff. It is kind of coffee washed, as they would say. It's not as green and lush as some people want it to be, but yeah, I think it looks great. I'm surprised that they're kind of naming this remaster, because when you look at the side by sides, I mean, it looks impressively good to me. They put a lot of work in this, and I hope it gets the respect. I think last episode I was saying how I hope they give the respect this game deserves and don't just shadow drop it like everybody wants. I think we deserve a little hype cycle for this game. You know, this is a perfect game to just put out on in a slow period. Probably why they're going to do it. Not before a big console launch like the Switch 2 to steal all the thunder from this game. I would really save it and give it a little bit of a direct, or you know, a side show just to deep dive into it, because it was a big game when it released, and it's a big game now, in my opinion. So I'm excited for it. What do you guys think?
Demon Hunter hates it. It's
Wow.
making him angry.
Wow.
No, it doesn't. I don't hate it. It actually looks interesting, but I never played the Elder Scrolls game. It looks a bit like Avowed for some reason for me. There are, yeah. I don't get the comments about looking gray or not
Brown. It
good.
is a
It
little
looks
brown.
brown, or
It is a little brown.
yeah, but a little brown. But those just a few screenshots. Maybe it's the time of day. Maybe it's different. Maybe that area is doesn't look that green. We need to wait and see how it looks. Yeah, it's weird. Why are they dropping it right now? If they drop it, a shadow drop, it's a very weird move. I think last week was the anniversary for the game, so it's made more sense if they dropped it last week.
I agree.
Or with
Maybe
the
they intended
ESO,
to.
like they had they have an ESO. They had an ESO like stream, so it's very weird. I think they call it a remaster just to temper expectation. And remaster and remake has different meanings for different people. But my theory is that they just want to temper expectations. They don't want to seem like they rebuilt the game from the ground up to have different mechanics or something like that. I think they will have the same maybe voice actors.
Don't think
just
we have actually seen the name of it yet, have we? I don't think they've called it anything publicly or officially.
No, the actors.
No, not yet.
No, I'm not thinking about the name. I know the name is a remaster. That's official.
That's what I mean. I don't think that is official. I don't think anything is official. Like the game's not coming officially yet.
Yeah. So, okay. I think it's a remaster. Well, it is a remaster, and I think it is a remaster because they want to temper expectation, and they will probably have the same voice actors with some AI. Like they will sample with AI voice. Polish it up.
Look, you got him all flustered now, Asa. Look what you did to him, like you did to me.
He always does this.
You know what I mean?
I'm here for.
Like, I'm having fun, and he
throws a wrench.
Why do you do this?
Just throws a wrench in everything mid conversation, so that we get all scatterbrained and angry.
It's good for you long term. You'll thank me one day.
Is it?
Probably not.
Is it? It's not. Read Pete's question, Asa.
Pete, this is not so much a question, as you know. Pete, thank you for the super chat. He's paying for Gamzly. Gamzly, do him the honors.
What? No. It's your super chat. It's not my super chat.
What it says is it's paying £2 for a Gamzly eat me. Pete, are you telling Gamzly to eat you, or are you asking for him to have a go at you? I don't know what's happening anymore.
I think he wants him to say eat me. Say it to the camera.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
There you go, Pete.
Refuse. You know what will happen though if you Pete, look at me, Asa, give me the one. I don't know if you could do that.
Pete, you the one.
Look at me.
Wait a minute, I just want to point out, Gamzly, as you're doing this, just for your own reference, I'm very glad that you wheeled your chair and put yourself in the center of the square. But I'm going to put you on the big one. There you go. It's just you.
Listen, yeah, I did your job. Thanks. Okay, look at me. Look at me, Pete. Give me the one. Do I have the one? I can't see.
You have.
If you give me $2 more, I will say what you need me to say.
This makes me feel dirty.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. Don't do it. I'll say it for free. Next one. Yeah, next one you get me, I'll say it. I'll keep my eye on the stream. Anyways, well, that was interesting. Do we got anything else on Oblivion?
Yeah. No, not on Oblivion. So, I mean, you just said Was there any more?
I wanted to say so I'm excited for the Oblivion remaster.
No, you're not.
Because this confirms.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not excited for the game. I'm excited for another game because this confirms Fallout 3 remaster. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. That's the big Bethesda game that I love. I love Fallout 3. I played it and I was in love with it. I hope they do remake it. Maybe even do New Vegas remaster with it, like smash the two games in one bundle. Since it's like one engine, if they probably can do that.
Do you is this rumor where the Fallout stuff? Where did it come from? Like that's a new thing, yeah? Because I wasn't aware of that.
It came in the same set of leaks a while ago, right?
Oh, on the Nvidia
FTC.
Stuff.
No, the FTC. So they leaked. In that document, they had Oblivion remaster, and I think 1 year later they had Fallout remaster. So it makes sense. And Nate the Hate, who leaked Oblivion remaster before as well, is saying that it is coming, but it's still years away.
That I'm so excited that we live in this world where that Bethesda actually like that. Oh no. I'm gonna ignore that for now. I'm really happy that Bethesda is starting to upgrade their old games for a new generation and new engines, just to showcase what they could do. I just hope that all of it, like the soul stays. I've been seeing a lot of people shooting things out there, like comments out there, like I hope they fix Oblivion's combat, or I hope Fallout's a little bit more stable, or this and that. I think there's a charm in a lot of the combat and a lot of exploration that some people might have found a turnoff in those old games, but I love them for it. That Bethesda jank type of conversation always kind of made me sad, because there's truth to it. Like, people do like Bethesda sometimes for how it feels, and I hope they just keep that old feeling in both Fallout 3 and Oblivion Remaster, hopefully. Oh my god, I don't like these super chats. I don't like it, Asa.
We're going to get them in no particular order, but actually a particular order that helps me. First up, we've got Pete. Pete has been... This is extortion of a kind. Gamzly has twisted Pete's arm until he gave up some more of his retirement funds. This is very sad. Pete, thank you. Pete has said, "Go on then, Gamo, you lovely..." And then I can't read the next word. It's all like, censored.
S-L... star sign U star sign
Gamzly,
T?
Are you going to give Pete what he wants?
God damn it. Okay. Okay. Do I have to? Do I have to?
I can't make you do anything.
Yeah, give me the one, Asa. Give me the one.
You are. Yeah, let's get there.
All right. Pete. Petey boy. Eat me. All right, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting, Pete. It's not happening again unless you do $10. No, I'm kidding. Keep your retirement fund. Keep your retirement fund, please. Don't make me do it.
And not only that, but you triggered a war because James is competing with Pete, saying, "Are we competing with £2 super chats?" You're not competing, James. You can relax. But James has also just before that done a super chat. James, the Segway Master, making our job nice and easy, has asked if any of us are going to be playing the new Star Wars game, which leads us nicely into the other topic that we got. He's just doing like smooth segues via James, so we can just stick our feet up and let it happen. Because the next topic that we got is this new Star Wars game. So today, we saw Star Wars. Oh fucking hell! I've just collapsed mid-sentence. Shut up, Demon Hunter. Was it today? I think it was today. Don't actually shut up. You can talk. Take it, Demon Hunter. Take it. Take your moment. This is your moment. We're here. We're listening.
As part of Star Wars celebration that I don't care about, they announced a new game coming from Respawn, which is a turn-based game, I think, similar to XCOM. It's actually made by some XCOM developers and Respawn. I don't know how much they are contributing to that, but I think
the director,
it's called Star Wars Zero.
Keep going. I'm with you in spirit.
I don't know much about this game, so I pass it to you, Gamzly. Go on.
What the hell? It's like, Demon, it's your time to shine. All right, back to you. Ace is just gone. He blew up. He left us to man the ship.
He doesn't like us.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I wish we had the trailer playing, the one that I gave him to play while we talked on this anyways. So it's going to be, this game is going to be set in a really awesome time period. It's basically set in the Clone Wars, late Clone Wars, before Order 66 happens. And it's a bunch of tacticians. It's just like the tactician's point of view during the war, not like the Jedi's point of view or the clone troopers or whatever. It's just a tactician's point of view. That's how they are that's how they're weaving the narrative, that you're kind of controlling the battlefield, right, in turn-based combat, which I find very clever. So yeah, it's essentially XCOM but Star Wars. That's what everybody's saying, and I don't deny it. I mean, by the look of the trailer, that's exactly what it is. It looks really, really awesome, and the trailer was really solid. I would say that the trailer had a good mix of tension, good music. I mean, good amount of gameplay shoved in there at the end. Just looks pretty solid, and coming from Respawn and people from the team that directly had their hands in XCOM it really plays well for them.
Yeah.
They haven't missed yet. Asa, play the goddamn trailer, damn it. You got your wine? There it is. It's playing now. Anyway, super happy with this announcement.
Yeah, it's really weird that Respawn is involved with this one. Like, I know them as an FPS studio, so I'm wondering how much they are contributing to this project. Maybe just a little bit in direction, like the story and all, just so they can tie it to their own game, Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order. Yeah, I think maybe the full development is on this XCOM team. Is this the team that was started by the previous director of Midnight Suns and all of that? Like, he left the studio to start something new?
That's a really good question. I believe so. But don't quote me on that. I didn't read the entire list of devs on this one, but I do know that there's a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth saying. I was listening to you, and you said that a lot of people from the XCOM team did it. The Midnight Suns studio, Fireaxis, was the XCOM studio, so it would make sense if the previous head of that studio has moved on to this. Trailer is playing now, like you say, so it's an interesting little game because, like Star Wars, I'm so bored of Star Wars. And you were saying that this is an interesting time period of Star Wars to do the game in. I'm so bored of Star Wars, but as IPs go, it lends itself so well to video games. Like, if you were to kind of reverse engineer a setting so that it worked perfectly for video games, you could well end up with Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really difficult to balance in gameplay terms, having like range and melee combine in a way that thematically makes sense, to be able to have someone with a sword fight against someone with a gun and to come up with a universe behind it to make that work. And Star Wars is one of those like IPs that does that, because it does work in universe. It entirely makes sense that you can have some people fighting in melee range and some people with laser blasters, and it's not imbalanced. It's fine. It works. You can do that. So in terms of making all kinds of gaming experiences, there's so much potential in Star Wars. So I'm exhausted by Star Wars because of the number of TV series that they've done and the number of films that they've done that have not been necessarily good. But there is still so much to explore within it, because it is quite a broad universe. There is a lot of stories to tell. They can do really well. And for this one to be a tactics game, actually, I almost really like Gears of War Tactics. I like XCOM games. I like turn-based games. Gears Tactics falls short in that it's like it just didn't quite have the belief behind it that it needed, the budget behind it that it needed. So what you have there is a really good game that repeats content too often. It repeats mission types too often. And I know, like, all games are repetitive to a degree, and it's a weird criticism to make in one sense, because you can boil any game down, you can condense it and say, well, this is the loop, you're doing it over and over again. But in Gears Tactics, it's like the enemy are shelling this area, so there's a line of red following you up the map, and it'll do it like many times over. There are 2 prisoners trapped. You have to save 2 prisoners, and it repeats it so often that it just starts to feel bad before you get to the end of the game. This isn't a Gears Tactics conversation though, so it's a Star Wars one, and I think it's going to work really well. Everything that they've shown in that trailer, the gameplay that they've shown in that trailer, looks like a spot-on tactics game. There's a scene in there where they're aiming like a grenade or something, so you got this area of effect circle that they're dragging out to get the people behind cover and get the cluster, and it's like and you see the radial menu, so it's obviously designed to play nicely with a controller and all the rest of it. The visual polish is there because you don't necessarily need massive visual polish for a game that's played with an isometric angle primarily, but they're zooming in and showing you the action and showing you that actually this is visually tasty as well, which is what Gears Tactics does well. It is visually tasty as you play through it. So even though it's massive Star Wars fatigue for me personally, this looks really damn good. There's a lot of pedigree behind it. There's a lot going on in that trailer. I don't care that it's set in the Clone Wars or whatever.
How dare you?
I'm Star Wars dead. I don't care. They've done so much with it. And how can you have like Acolyte, where you're like, oh, this is an exciting story, but it's not popular enough, so fucking maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. You know, this IP is just bleh, all over the place. So I can't take it very seriously in terms of cohesive lore. But the game's good.
Unfortunately, well, everything's going to be lore-wise has their stamp on it now, whether it's good or bad. So it's going to be in the lore regardless if it's good or whatever, like Acolyte was. Even though Acolyte's problem wasn't really the story and whatever, it was more, you know,
right. Just to clarify on
political
that,
things,
the Acolyte thing, like whatever, it's just the fact that they start telling a story and throw it away, and it's just like the attitude towards it, like trying to tell so much and not at the same time. Cohesion is gone for me. Like Star Wars does not have that anymore.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. As I too, I'm a huge Star Wars geek. I had oh my god, if I just turn the camera around and look at my shelf, it's all a bunch of Star Wars stuff, even old Legends stuff that is not canon anymore. I have a bunch of it. So I get your fatigue, especially when it used to be that we get a movie every freaking decade, but now we're gonna get a movie. I don't know if you've seen, but the Celebration just announced like a bunch of movies and new trilogy and like 15 million comics and like there's one interesting thing like scattered around those things, kind of like Marvel. Scattered around those things, there are things that's interesting, like Andor. You know, Andor season 2 looks phenomenal. Then you have the new animated show that's coming out for Darth Maul and his, you know, time in the underworld, which is really freaking amazing. But then again, all the stories told are, to bring it back to what we're talking about now and the game we're talking about now, all the good stories they have one thing in common, and it's always this time period and or after, right?
Or before.
Well, most of them, I mean, Clone
during
Wars,
and after, that's the good bit.
You're funny. So there's Clone Wars to me has the most successful storytelling in my opinion. The three movies, whether you hate them or not, the stuff that came after really is intriguing. But yeah, I'm down with the Clone Wars era, and that's where this takes place. So I'm by extension, I'm really excited to see what they can do, and I'm glad to see this this combat back, dude. I just need more XCOM combat, to be honest, with anything.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So obviously, answering James's question, you're clearly going to play it. I'm going to play it. I mean, I missed yours. Are you going to play it? Do you care for it?
Maybe if it lands on some service, I'm sure maybe it will on Game Pass, since they have.
After a year, it will.
I tried. Yeah, I have tried Midnight Suns. Played that for a while. I think maybe 15 hours or something like that. It's good. It's a good relaxing game. I can see me playing it maybe on handheld. I'll try it if it comes.
Handheld.
That's the conclusion. Yeah.
Asa doesn't like handhelds. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know, he sucks.
So I don't
by the way,
play handhelds, but I won't begrudge you. By the way, what's up?
By the way, it's not the lead that left recently, so it's some other
else.
developers that's worked on.
Good
XCOM.
live
That's
research.
because
we don't want to put bad info out there, do we? So.
Yeah, because I was confused. He said that he wants to do something different. So I was confused when I saw that.
Nope, it's all good.
Because
Keeping
it's
honest.
the same. Mm-hmm.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay.
It's an easy mistake to make anyway. So, yeah, that's that. Subscription service is like Respawn are owned by EA, so presumably they're the publisher, and it will land day one on EA's service, and then probably a year later on Game Pass and all the rest of it if it does all right for itself. So yes, you can wait until it's on a sub-service if you want to. It will definitely land there at some point. Let's do... Oh shit.
Go ahead.
Oh shit. No, I haven't got anything. Do it. Oh shit.
Oh,
shit.
you haven't?
Oh, shit. No. Shit.
Perfect. So I'm going to take over.
Shit.
You know what I do want to do that you just skipped over because you don't like PlayStation? I want to talk about The Last of Us. Can I do that for
That's
like
not
5 seconds?
PlayStation. That's a TV show. Don't spoil it. I haven't watched it yet. Go on.
Okay.
All games from PlayStation are a TV show.
Whoa, slanderous.
Yeah. It's controversial.
Just joking.
Without spoiling anything in this TV show, I'm so excited for what they're setting up to do, and fans that have played the whole series understands where they're going, and I'm really intrigued to see how they land that and stick the landing and stick the plot of the story and bring it to a good ending. They've changed some stuff already that I'm really sad about, and I don't think they did it in a very good way. So I'm a little bit angry about that. I also do not like the character even before events happen. I don't like the beginning. It's not very scary. I don't really enjoy the beginning of this episode, like the very first episode of season 2. It just left such a sour taste in my mouth. It was like for the first half of the episode, they hired like Marvel writers and they're just like, write me some lines and then we'll take it from there. It's just horrible dialogue in the beginning scene that makes you hate this person for the wrong reasons because you want to reserve your hatred for later. But yeah, I didn't think they stuck the introductions to certain characters in this season. Well, in the beginning of the season at the moment, but where they ended was very nice. So I have some hope for the TV series. Are you guys hyped for the show?
Have you considered sending abusive messages over Twitter?
I already do every day.
To the show runners and people involved?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Never.
That's good.
Never.
But yeah, I'm glad. I didn't want you to say yes. Yeah, no, I mostly enjoyed season 1. I think season 1 at the start of it, for the first few episodes, I was like, oh, actually, this IP works better as a TV series than it does as a game. Like the joke that Demon Hunter made about Sony games being TV series or whatever anyway, really felt about right at the start of the series. But then as it concluded season 1, it was like, actually, the game handled a lot of this a lot better. The pacing in the TV series feels off. Certain developments were very forced in the TV series in a way that they were allowed to develop very naturally in the game through chat as you play and all the rest of it. Season 2 and what comes with it. So I watched that with my wife, who's never played or doesn't know what's going on in the story. She doesn't know The Last of Us as an IP. And it's curious to me, like, how much it resonates with her from that other perspective. I think she's probably looking forward to season 2. I obviously have played part 2 of The Last of Us, and generally it's a different way to experience it when you know the underlying plot and what's expected to happen. So I don't know, you almost watch it more clinically once you played the games. Like rather than taking it in as a TV series and really embracing it in that way, you kind of know the plot and you're just seeing how well they deliver it in a more measured way. So I don't know if that's for better or worse. I don't know if I'll enjoy it more or less than someone that doesn't know it. But you know, yes, Gamzly, I'm quite looking forward to watching it at some point. I don't think it will be as good as the game. I'm curious about how they deliver certain things that happen. Oh. You shouldn't have taken any idea from that because I was just speaking utter nonsense. Like,
yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna probably. I did not play the second game, and this was spoiled for me, so I already know what happens. Kind of, like I know a little bit, just like it was spoiled for me the first game. So probably I'm just gonna watch the series, the second season.
Play the game.
Not
the game is genuinely.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna play like 20
you'll like
hours of Last of Us.
You'll like it.
No, that's too much.
The second one actually gets the gameplay right. I reckon you actually really enjoy it as a game.
Hours.
It does.
When I played the first one, Remake.
It's not turn-based.
The
it's
remake
not
is
Japanese. It's a lot better than Remake.
Huh? What?
I reckon you'll actually like it. Knowing the type of games that you enjoy, you'd be making a mistake just watching on TV.
I'm gonna actually help Asa here because Last of Us Part 2 has these real I'm sorry for the background. The Last of Us Part 2 has some really awesome one second, hold on the background.
It's fine.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Hear it much.
The Last of Us Part 2 adds a lot of real-time like counter effects that you don't expect. Like there's systems that make it flow really well in the second game, where the first game just didn't have those systems at all. You know, like dodging, but able to they disguise quick time events basically, but in the combat in real time, and it really, really impacts how you play that game and the feeling of the game. You know what I'm talking about, Asa, right? Like you'll dodge a character, you'll dive on the floor, and then have a chance to pop out his knees or get a headshot or whatever. It flows much better than the first game, right?
Gamzly doesn't know what he's like. I don't endorse any of that. Gamzly is speaking complete nonsense.
What? What do you mean?
I'm joking, because you came to help me out. Luke is also there, also backing up the opinion that actually, even the people that don't like the story that is told in part 2, and that like it is a divisive story that some people really don't enjoy, but most people at least appreciate that the gameplay is actually good in that one. So I reckon, yes, you should give it a go when you can. But, you know, there's plenty of other games to play if you'd rather. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I hate you.
It's at the bottom.
You see, it didn't work. It didn't work, Asa. You see what I mean?
It did work. He's going to play it. He might act cold now,
He's not gonna
but
play it.
No, he is.
He's not going to play it all.
Yeah,
No.
it's at the bottom.
Shut up, Amine. You're going to play it. James has just got a gold membership. James, thank you for that. That's the Fancy Pants supporter membership. So, that's nice of you. Thank you. Don't forget, means you can invite someone into the Discord as well. So, if there's anyone else you want involved, then you've got like a guest pass to get anyone into the good stuff as well. Yeah.
I think that was it. I think that's the list. Now we could get to the questions, I think.
Hell yeah, I think we've probably got like 1 million questions come through by now because I've just been trying to wrangle people to submit them. So let's do that. Let's get the first of the questions that we've got in. It is Gamzly. The question from Gamzly. Gamzly, you're here. You can use your voice to ask questions. He says, do you like Oreos? What an overrated biscuit. 70% plastic. They're okay.
Wow.
Right? If you just want a little bit of sugar, then I guess you get a little bit of sugar.
Wow.
I mean, do you have Oreos there?
You know
do you
what?
love them? I don't, Gamzly. Tell me.
We do have them. I don't eat them because I don't like something that is too sweet. So yeah, I think it's too sweet. I think maybe I had something that had Oreos because Oreo taste is everywhere in ice creams and other stuff.
Oreo's like it's a popular brand that gets more recognition than it deserves. You get it in all kinds of weird things.
Listen. Okay, look, Gamzly's notebook. I don't know who you are, but you know you're a good man. I think I think Oreos are fantastic. All right, and these guys don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, you're right. What?
I know you say it on Discord quite often that you like Oreos. Do you actually like them?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I think they suck, but I think they're terrible. But I gotta keep a face straight. You know, I gotta go with the bit. They're only good. Okay, I'll tell you what. They're only good with the dip. You know, dipping in milk.
Dip them into better
like
biscuits.
They're really good.
Dip them in milk.
Really good in milk. Really good. And in tea. They're really good in tea. Have you tried that? Dipping in tea? Milk tea?
No. Oreos are not a good biscuit.
You guys don't do that?
No.
Weird.
You're weird.
Strange.
James, you're right. You bet this question comes before others. That's not a question, James, but thank you. I mean, you like salty...
James?
No, I don't even want to know. Carry on. Let's do the next one. Which is already there. Wait a minute. We've got another question in. It is from Pete. We all talk about our massive backlogs for half an hour. Mine are nearly all games that I already have access to, but never go back to. Is that the same for you guys? Or is your backlog games that you don't actually own that you still need to acquire in some way? Gamzly, do you have a backlog of games that you actually do own or have access to in your subscription services? Oh.
Yes.
Give me a number.
I do. Too many. I mean, I would guess, like, if there was a game to guess how many people in this, like, whole Discord and whole community have at least 500 plus games in the library that they haven't played to completion, I would probably say it's a high number, high percentage. I have a lot, Asa. A lot of games that I have not completed, for sure.
That's sweet. I hadn't even considered that. You just reframed the question for me because I was just thinking when the question came in, like games that I own that I haven't even started, let alone completed. Because Steam mocks me for this. Steam will curate a list of games that you own that you've never launched, and it will tell you you've not launched these ones, and there'll be like 300 in there, and I know.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Newell. I'm sorry to my wife. I'm sorry to anyone who I owe anything to.
No, you're not.
I am. I feel terrible. But
you're not.
Yes, Pete, I've got, like, even ignoring the subscription services, and I have every subscription service that you can have for games, really, because I'm a complete mug. Even ignoring those and just talking about games that I own. Do you know what? Xbox have a sale on at the moment. For £6.74, I bought Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. I bought a tiramisu at a chain restaurant today for £7.50. For less money than that, I got 3 Devil May Cry games. So is it any wonder that my backlog is large, right? Games...
Yeah, it's too crazy. It's too accessible.
1, 2, 3, and
4. I think I did get 4 as well. 1, 2, and 3 was the package, and 4 was also very cheap.
There's humble bundle packages that like have 20 games for like $10. It's nuts. It's crazy.
So my tiramisu was too expensive. Bloody desserts.
Are you saying tiramisu or
yeah? I'm
tiramisu?
trying. I don't know. The same bloody thing, you know. The coffee dessert.
Whatever.
Tiramisu.
Oreo. Yeah. Diablo, all the same stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll accept it. Tomato, potato. Amine, that question that we had.
Yeah.
Backlog. Do you have games that you own that you haven't touched yet?
But I don't buy games if I'm not gonna play them. So I don't have a lot of games in my backlog. I have a lot on Game Pass, I guess. I have a few like Atomfall, I want to play the old Halo games. There are some Resident Evil games that I have not played. There is Callisto Protocol. Yeah, I don't buy a game if I'm not gonna play it. So
You are doing better than me in life. That's a very good approach to take. Like, alas, it's not the approach that I take, but it's too late now, so I'm going to keep going. Next question.
Say sorry again.
Who's sorry?
Say sorry, Asa. Say sorry.
To who?
To everybody.
So
you
sorry,
have
everybody.
So many games that you buy that you don't play.
That's not the main reason that I'm sorry to everybody other than myself. I'm sorry to myself.
And bringing me on.
No, that's all good. Everyone loves you, Gamzly. That's not strictly true. Some people really don't. But
horrible lie.
Tony has asked, when is VR multiplayer? Tony, it's slightly delayed. I'm sitting beside my treadmill right now and it's got an awful lot of stuff on it. VR multiplayer, I said we would do it at the weekends. My life is a mess. It's going to happen, Tony. We'll make it happen. Problem is, though, you're never around. You don't join us for the pancake multiplayer, so how am I supposed to arrange the VR multiplayer? These things are tricky. Among Us is a good shout, because Among Us VR has become Among Us 3D, which means it's cross-play with pancake and VR. That might bring some people together. We might be able to make that work. But also, if you pick a VR game and insist that we play it, I'm actually very susceptible to doing what I'm told. If people come up with a game and say, let's play this, I will typically want to play it. So that's when it will happen, Tony, when you get your act together. Next question, please. That's
a lie. I want you to play World of Warcraft. You never do.
I do. You're in Canada. You know that this is an issue.
Do I?
You do.
Anyways, next question.
I'm glad you said World of Warcraft and not League of Legends, because that one is harder for me. Pete has asked, is my backdrop from the Oddworld series or something else? It is from something else, Pete. It is from something else. That was a nice quick question.
It's the Ascent, right?
It is. It is. I have not put a lot of effort in.
This wasn't a game.
Yeah, the background is from the Ascent, as was the previous one. I've not got many backgrounds. I used to have loads of them. I used to do Q&A every week and had a different background for all of them. So I had I did that for years. So let's just say I had 100 different backgrounds and then I accidentally deleted them all. So now every now and again I'll pick another one when I can be bothered, but not that often. Next question is from Tom. If you each had unspeakable amounts of money and had to buy a few gaming or nerd culture related things strictly for your own fun and personal reasons, so not investment to make money back or whatever else, what would you buy? Loads of money, buy whatever you want for shits and giggles. I'm going to go all in on VR because I've got I got infinite money, as Tom says. So I'm going to get my haptic suit and I'm going to get, I've got a treadmill, which is nice and fun, but you also get seats that whoosh around for like flight sim and racing games. So I'd get that kind of shit. I'd upgrade all my streaming stuff because why not? I would get the, I just saw there's a Doom Dark Ages Elite controller that looks neat. I would get one of those. I'd get the PlayStation premium controller as well because I don't have that. Look, it's not like I thought about things that I want recently. I've not got a massive list of stuff that actually I would love to have. But actually, Tom, I've got a massive list of stuff that I would like to have. So I'm going to stop talking and let Amine go because he's got a list too. Amine, unlimited money, what are you buying?
Yeah, I would do the same. I don't have a VR treadmill, so that would be one. I will get all the VRs. I will not use them all of, but I will get all the VRs, all the consoles, even previous consoles that I will never use, like PS2 and all. I've been thinking about getting a PS2 and a PS1. Yeah, I will get all the figures like Luke. I want to look cool like Luke. He has all those figures.
You want to look cool like
I
Luke?
don't have
Luke
space.
figure.
That's what I heard.
That's why I don't have.
You can have a statue of Luke
not a
behind you.
Luke figure. Yeah, maybe a Luke figure. Yeah. Give me a figure. Too.
I want to know what a Lukey Loo is. I don't know what that
Lukey
is.
Loo?
You said that. I don't know what. Anyway,
No,
continue.
No. No, I just mispronounced. Yeah, I want the figures. I want the. I don't care about controllers. They can go in the trash can. So, yeah, that's.
Yikes! Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyways, is that
you,
all?
Gamzly. No, you
Oh,
too.
you get.
What
Oh,
you
me
getting?
too. Okay.
Yeah, you do have unlimited money, right?
Well, somewhat. Maybe not. So, if I, I'm gonna go the actual nerd route, and answer his question correctly, and I'll go with all this VR and controller stuff. I'm gonna go Warhammer. I'm gonna say I would have a gigantic man cave of just Warhammer figurines and the Warhammer games that I would just host. Just a bunch of people to come play Warhammer with me. And not only that, I would get every D&D book in existence, and I would pay people to make my campaigns for me. Just write them all, have all these notes ready to go, and in that same dungeon of Warhammer, I would have D&D like figurines everywhere ready to go for in-person Dungeon and Dragons play. That's what I would do. You like that?
I don't think you answered that more properly than us.
What do you mean?
You were like, oh, I'm going to answer it properly. Like, we didn't give adequate answers. I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
I think we did it right.
No, you didn't. No, you
Tom.
didn't. It's not nerdy enough. It's not nerd. Tom, was that... What? You tell me, Tom. Just do it. Send a $2 super chat with your answer.
Stop asking for super chat.
It's a joke.
Right. No, I know. Tom has come through again. Appreciate this may be getting a little old now, so no worries if not. But anything not to like this week, though? It's not getting old, Tom. I like this question every week. I mean, I don't know if you're aware of this one, so I'm going to get Gamzly to go first. But what's not to like?
Yeah.
What's not to like? Asa. Asa.
Yeah.
VR. That's about it.
So my answer is actually pretty similar to Gamzly's, except I do like VR. Amine.
It's really hard. I guess not having VR in Forza.
Rage.
Yes.
That's rude.
Yeah, that's all for me. I don't dislike a lot of stuff.
Okay, to answer seriously though, cool down, Asa. All right, I love you. Okay, and you should love yourself. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I would say, yeah, still tariffs. As I said last week, tariffs. Wasn't Luke saying that at all? It's me. Yeah, tariffs. Screw tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
At least you've got your Switch pre-orders opening now, right? The price stayed where it was going to be, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Funny enough, I didn't actually see the pricing for Canada. I just saw the $4.49 for USA, and then I did like quick math in my head. But then I saw the sticker shock of $6.29 Canadian. I was like, wow, that's 629 Canadian. It kind of blew my brain a little bit because the Switch one was three something, I believe, when it first came out in Canada. So yeah. You know what? This economy, not just tariffs, just the economy in general. And
that's why my dessert was so expensive. You're right.
Yeah.
But at least Devil May Cry is still cheap. Next question, please.
You did not answer the question.
Oh, I think you'll find I did.
He did. It's him.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, I want a good internet connection, so I will never like not having a good internet connection. We've also got Pete, for all. Which game did you play despite thinking that it is or would be shit, but then you ended up loving it? So if you played anything that you thought was going to be terrible, but for some reason people convinced you it would be worth a go, or you had access to it, you got in there, and actually you liked it more than you expected?
Go ahead, Demon.
I'm still thinking.
It's tricky because, Pete, generally, if there's a game that I'm like, I don't want to play that, my usual response is to not play that. So,
yeah, I don't want to waste time on it.
No, it's not a waste of time. You have to think of something, damn it.
I think I answered this before, so I'm trying not to give the same answer. I didn't expect, well, because of subscription services like this makes it a little easier because we don't have to like straight out buy the game. I would not have thought to like Blueprints for recency bias. Yeah, I have a little recency bias on that one, but I didn't think I would. I thought Blueprints looked like crap when I was looking at it. I was like, sure, this will be terrible. But then I'm like, I'll give it a shot because there's a lot of buzz on it. And I ended up just completely eating my words. I love that game.
Yeah, I think recency bias again, but I didn't expect to necessarily like the original Final Fantasy.
Even though I've been telling you it's better than all Final Fantasy games?
It's not. But I initially didn't enjoy it that much because it is really, really old, right? And I was playing it more for like curiosity about the origins of the series rather than expecting to enjoy it as a game in its own right. So I guess I came away liking that more than I expected. I still wouldn't strongly recommend if you're like going to go and play that and then blame me for giving you a bad recommendation. Don't do that. I'm not strongly recommending that everyone goes and plays this, but it did do something for me in the end. I enjoyed it more than I expected. So I'm going to go with that one, which is like the most recent thing that I played pretty much. I was still playing it like yesterday. So generally, if you ask me a question, I'm going to pull from recent history of 24 hours at the max to try and give you an answer, because that's all I can remember. I hope that counts, Pete. I mean, have you come up with anything?
Yeah. No, I guess maybe Concord.
Concord, you are just...
I like it. I don't know. If I don't like a game, I will not play
Marathon.
It. So
try that out on Marathon when it comes out, and update Pete on it.
Yeah. I have the opposite as an example, like Evil West. Everybody was saying Evil West is good, but it's shit. It's crap.
He's saying that because he played with me. This is my fault. So I take full responsibility for what Evil West was. There's probably many more the other way around, though. Like, it's probably far more common that there's something that you want to play and then it's disappointing, because if you want to play it, then you actually play it. So it's a lot harder to think of things that you didn't think you were going to enjoy that you, for some reason, went into anyway. Most likely because someone convinced you to. Oh, World of Warcraft, that's a good one. Because the fifth time that I played it, I didn't expect to enjoy it, because the 4 prior times I hadn't enjoyed it. So the 5th time I played it was quite begrudgingly. And it was because people had convinced me to play with them. Yeah, I really didn't like it the first 4 times that I played it. And then I played it for several years straight.
Oh, you mean you liked the multiplayer game better with multiplayer? Like, with people?
I managed to find more enjoyment out of it than the first 4 times, yes. So that's one of my answers that's less than 24 hours old. Oh, I did well. Tony has asked, might be Amine, says Asa, VR gaming is the next step for gaming. The entry level is okay, but with Switch 2 hitting $600 for console and a game, will this change people's minds on VR? No, Tony, Switch 2 is not going to change anybody's minds on VR. They're not going to make any connection between those two things, because there isn't much of a connection between them.
I think price is not an issue with VR. It's never been.
Oh, it is.
Well, Quest is affordable.
Quest is affordable, but it's more like, it's still a lot up front for something that you don't know if you're going to like or not. Even the Quest S or whatever it is, like the 200, 300 quid, I can't remember. But unless you know that you like a thing, unless you've got some experience with it, it is still a lot of money to spend on something like a dedicated experience that probably has made you feel sick at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like fear of being sick is the problem. That's my theory, but it's just a theory.
And there's just the antisocial and high effort nature of it. There are a lot of barriers to VR in general. For me, when I look at the VR space now, and I'm obviously quite into VR, I like it quite a lot, but I'm quite like, I went through a period of being quite forgiving of Meta and Facebook, being like they're a dick company, but they're giving me my VR, so I'm going to try and pretend that they're nice and get into it. At this point in time, I very much want someone other than Meta. I very much want Valve to come in with their new headset and just like give it a jolt of life, because I don't like what Meta are doing with it in general, in the direction they're going, let alone what they are as a company. So, and that's not necessarily that key to the adoption of it from a wide mainstream point of view. But I don't necessarily care about mainstream. I just want cool things for me.
So they are betting on making it standalone and you can play. So yeah, it's just rumors, but I think they want to make it standalone and you can play flat screen games on like a big screen inside the VR.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm asking, is that something that people would be interested in? Probably not.
Like, it's got some slim use case, but generally it's not going to be as good as just playing on a TV, and you've got all the antisocial downsides to it. So there will be a use case where you're like, actually, that suits me because I've got no TV available for playing my games right now. My family's using it or whatever else, but it's not going to be the thing that makes and breaks it, I don't think.
Yeah, Demon, you disagree with him. How do you disagree? Go ahead.
No, I don't disagree with him. I'm not going to use that feature as
Yell at him.
Yeah.
No.
Yell at him.
Yeah, that actually is what you use, isn't it, Gamzly? When you had a VR headset, you did use the flat screen games on it, right?
What do you mean did? I have one.
Or do, yeah, but you've not mentioned it for a long time, so.
Because I'm still struggling. VR is VR. I think it's brilliant regardless. I think there's, like Demon said, I think you could get a very cheap entry with Meta Quest, but like you said, I don't really like what Facebook is in a Meta. Sorry, I don't like what Meta is in its like as an entity. So I'm with you too. I hope that Steam makes something as inexpensive as that, or entry level as the Quest.
Oh no, it's gonna be super expensive.
Be expensive,
they said
that. I'm alright with
that.
But
I hope they do at some point, right? If they really want to push the thing, they did it with Steam Deck, right? They made an entry level device for people to enjoy their library, and I hope they could do that with VR one day to kind of push it.
Yeah, it's like
That's all I gotta say.
I don't mind it being more underground than what Meta are doing with it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't need it to be. It would have been nice if Sony had actually stood behind PSVR 2 and put more effort into it. Like an actual gaming company standing behind a VR headset, but Meta are very much not that. And their big push at the moment is towards like free shit on the App Store. They're actually suppressing their real games in favor of Horizon World stuff, and it's like, I'm glad this thing works with my PC, and I will try and bypass everything Meta as much as I can. Anyway, that's the real.
I'm sorry. One last thing on VR. The real like oh shit moment of realizing that VR might be a thing in the future is heavily for gaming at least. Is like if the PS 10 comes out and they like bundle it with a pair of like cool glasses or something that kind of works like AR or something, and they push it that way. That would be an interesting day if PlayStation like is willing to lose a little bit of money in packaging a headset of some sort in the future. Anyway.
Yeah, far in the future. I don't think they're going to touch it for a little while yet after the walking away as they have done. But got a question here from Luke Steele, our regular host that couldn't make today. What is the best game this generation, and why is it Returnal?
Can I answer that first?
Yeah.
Can I answer that first? You know what? Returnal is amazing. I need more developers to take advantage of that, how do you say, bullet hell nature of it, like that swarm of bullets and the moving like bullet orbs or whatever. I need more of that. I need more people to do that, and I don't understand why people don't design their games like that anymore, because it does still feel very arcadey, very bullet hell, right? And I love that. And I haven't seen that in a 3D environment much, except for Nier. Nier does that. I think it's Automata. Nier does that a lot, and I think it's really brilliant. So yeah. It's the best game ever because of that point. There you go.
Okay, what about you, Amine?
Never played the Returnal. I saw it. I think it looks cool. Looks graphically cool.
Yeah, but then what would you say is the best game this generation?
Oh, the best game this generation. I love the Hi-Fi Rush. Is it the best game this generation?
Just the only game this generation that you can think of. You're like me. It's hard to keep track of what's when and how things fit together. So for me, I can only answer questions based on what I've played in the last day. And neither of those games were from this generation because I played Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger. So, you know, I can't help you, Luke. I've not played anything from this generation today. My memory doesn't extend back further than that.
Yeah.
And also, it's not the best game ever. So, yeah.
What, Final Fantasy? No, it's not. Just James has asked. Best games is a theme here. Are any of you three going to play the best game ever, Final Fantasy 14? I played it, James. It's, again, not the best game ever, but given how much I like Final Fantasy and given how much I like MMOs, I should be spending an awful lot of time on that game, and yet I don't. Because it has daily quests and because it takes too much time. I would like to be honest. I think I probably would get a lot out of that one if I did put time into it, but who has time to put into a thing? Gamzly, you played it?
Of course. I mean, I've been screaming for Final Fantasy 14 for a while now, but yeah, great game. I mean, not to the extent that he's played it, because he went all out on that game, man. He's passed all of our levels for sure. He's hardcore into it. He's playing that game like we played WoW, or I played WoW. Yeah, it's a great game.
Max level like every class, I think, for James. He didn't start playing it until it came out on Xbox and has played it, I think, every day since, pretty much. So,
yep.
Yeah, must be something good going on in there. I mean, you don't like Final Fantasy, you don't like MMORPGs, you're not going to play it, are you?
Well, I've been interested in playing.
No, he's not going to play it. Just
but no, I'm not going to play it. I actually created the character, so I did take the first step. I got
it has an awful character creator,
and then I did not. And yeah, it's like I don't know, Internet Explorer. It has some weird UI. No, it's not good.
It's not even just the UI. It's impossible to make a cool character in that character creator. But there we go. So, Pete has asked, biggest gaming hope for the industry and the players for the next year. Clearly for me, Pete, it's Steam VR revitalizing that little space. I don't care about much else. It's not true. I care about lots of things and I like lots of games. But in terms of hope, that's where my hope would lie. That's what I want to see. That's where I want to see change, if that makes sense. Gamzly.
Yeah. Pete, I just want to see scaled down versions of the games we're getting. Not in terms of, time to beat or replayability. I'm just speaking, just shrink the worlds and make them more dense per square inch. Just let me see that I can complete a game. Like, give me hope that just with my eyes, when I step out into a world and open the map and whatever, that visually I think that I could get this done in a reasonable amount of time. Tell me, give me better story threads to compel me. Stop telling me more things. Like, stop telling me things in the game that I clearly should be told through story and through my curiosity. Build games to pique my curiosity, and I'd be fine with that. And that's quite harder than it seems.
That's
with
kind
some
of funny
exceptions.
My wife said to me today, while I was having my expensive dessert, she was like, "Why are you playing all these weird old games instead of all these new ones on your fancy PC or whatever? Why are you playing Final Fantasy? Why are you playing Chrono Trigger?" And my answer was that they feel like things I can finish. Like they're sized in a way where I can see myself getting to the end of them. And whereas new games, don't get me wrong, new games are awesome and I don't want to go back to that time, but them being consumable in that way works for me. I can play a full in-depth RPG that takes 15 hours instead of 800, you know.
I agree, and it does well for the developers as well, because if you're finishing a game, you're gonna be looking forward to the next game even more, right? Like, if you don't finish a story, then how do you benefit from the excitement and the full excitement, genuine excitement for the continuation of the story if you haven't beat the last game of that came out? Like, it's just better for everybody if you make a game that you could see the end of, you do see the end of, because the sequel will be more enticing at that point.
That's always, it's always been weird to me that sequels have been the safe bet for IP going forwards in terms of mitigating risk. Like, make a sequel to something is popular. I've always you'd assume, you'd intuit that games would get less popular that way because people would have a hard time getting into a number 2 or a number 6 or a number 17 as opposed to getting in at the start of a series. And yet that's not how the industry works. People love what they already know. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. Amine, same question for you. Biggest gaming hope for the industry and for players for the next year?
Yeah,
fuck off Half-Life 3. It's not coming.
Gamzly.
No, you don't. You want Half-Life 3. You have no other answer. Anything else that you say is a massive lie. Every day before bed, you call me up and pray for Half-Life 3, and I'm just a guy.
Yes.
Stop phoning me. I can't do it. But you do it anyway.
No, you need to talk to Gaben. Yeah.
You talk to him. I'm changing my number.
I actually think maybe Half-Life will change stuff. Maybe not. It's too risky for companies to diverge and do something new. So I think the biggest hope is, small games. That's one of the big factors that I take into consideration whenever I choose my games. So if I can finish it in 15 hours, 10 hours, I will play that game. If I finish it in 2 hours, I will play that game. If I finish it more than, let's say, 25 hours, no. That's a no for me. That's why, there are some games that I've played recently that are very long, but those are like the exception, not the rule, like Stalker.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that having every game just being a time sink to unbelievable amounts is just not. We can't keep up, So it's not good for anyone.
Cool. I mean, I can't believe you tried to utter words that weren't Half-Life 3. You talk about it so often.
Yeah. I'm going to say something more controversial. Imagine if AI is actually the thing that solves this problem with the industry. Maybe I don't know, they become more polished. Because AI is not going to replace the developers, but it's going to help them, and more people will be able to make games, and more people will make their own fantasy game, and we will have more games.
That's what I need. More games.
More games. Infinite Nikki.
Imagine if you, Asa, can make your fantasy game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play it.
Good?
I wouldn't recommend that you do. It's mine.
I'd run.
Yeah.
It's just something that we.
Does it involve feet?
Probably.
Most awkward pause in a podcast I've ever had.
I got nothing for you. No, it's not likely to involve feet, Gamzly. I think AI struggles to draw those. So.
Yeah. Not enough fingers or too much fingers. Or not, toes, I mean.
Or too many, yeah. I like to kick things, but that's as far as feet are likely to be involved. So, I think we've run out of questions on that, which is good. Thank you, everybody, for giving us the stuff to talk about. We've probably run for long enough to draw this to a nice, healthy, wholesome conclusion now. So let's do that. I'm going to start with you, Amine. Thank you for joining us this week and talking games with us. Now is your time to tell people anything that you want to tell
them. Thank you for coming and watching. It was a huge thing for me to come here. I really like you guys. I used to watch you, Asa, like on Game On Daily, and to be here podcasting with you is a big deal for me. So thank you, Asa. Thank you.
But
Games.
you know full well that I'm a prick. But thank you for that. That's nice.
Yes, you are, but I still love you. Yeah.
Aw, Gamzly, you do as well, don't you? Gamzly, you say what you want to say.
I can't agree with Demon there. I hate you and everything Game on Daily is. No. Again, it was a great show. Thank you so much. Hopefully we get Luke and Darge back on here and more conversations going. As for now, like last week, I do have some things cooking on my own channel that I'm trying to build, but I'm not ready to announce anything there. So until then, just find me and Asa and Demon on the Gaming Arcadia Discord channel, and right here I'll make some appearances, and yeah, just come chill. Yell at me on X at Gamzly TKD if you go to that thing anymore, because God knows it doesn't work properly. Then yeah, come chill. Thank you guys.
Oh, that's relatively nice as well. So yeah, thank you everybody as usual. I don't even know how to. I've been doing podcasts and things for 17 years, and I don't know how to close them off. Join the Discord, leave YouTube comments, be nice to each other, and enjoy your long weekends and all the rest of it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.